When you think about getting healthy, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably diet and exercise, right? But what if that's just scratching the surface? Today, we're going to dive into a guide on holistic well-being. This is all about building a better you from the inside out, and it goes way beyond the usual advice.
In this quote, it really nails the core idea. Well-being isn't some finish line you cross and then you're done. Nope, it's an ongoing journey, right? It's all about those small, consistent things we do day in and day out.
So what is this holistic well-being thing anyway? Well, it's the idea that true health is so much more than just physical. Think of it like a system where your mental, emotional, and even spiritual states are just as vital as your fitness. They all have to be in sync, working together. All right, so let's start at the very foundation of our well-being pyramid, powering your body. Because let's be real, if you don't have a strong physical base, everything else you try to build on top of that is going to be a whole lot harder.
So in this section, we're going to cover the big stuff, like the power of sleep and strategic movement. But we're also going to get into some surprising things, like what sunlight has to do with your internal clock, and even a few, let's call them unconventional exercises.
First up, there's a number that is just non-negotiable. 8. We're talking 8 hours of quality sleep. This isn't a luxury, people. It's the absolute bedrock for your brain function, your hormones, your physical recovery, everything. Seriously, trying to skimp on this is just not a winning strategy. And that sleep quality? It connects directly to your body's internal clock. Here's a super simple hack. Get some sunlight first thing in the morning, and then again as the sun is setting. It helps reset your circadian rhythm. Just this one little habit can do wonders for balancing your hormones and giving your mood a real noticeable boost.
Okay, now for a pretty stark warning you've probably heard. Experts are now saying that sitting is the new smoking. And wow, when you think about it, that's huge. So many of us are just chained to a desk all day, and the negative health impacts are really starting to pile up. It's a statement that should make all of us rethink how we work.
So what's the fix? Well, the contrast here is pretty black and white. On one side, you have all the problems that come with sitting all day. And on the other, a really straightforward solution, an active workstation. I'm talking about a standing desk. Just by standing more, you can start to fight off those negative effects and keep your energy from tanking in the afternoon.
And now for one of those unconventional tips I mentioned. Ready for this? Walking backwards. Yeah, I know, it sounds a little weird, but it's actually a perfect example of holistic well-being in action. You're challenging your body and your brain at the same time. It uses different muscles, it seriously improves your balance and coordination, and it fires up new pathways in your brain. Just maybe try it somewhere you won't bump into anything, okay?
Okay, so with our physical foundation feeling solid, it's time to build the next level. We're moving from the body to the mind. This section is all about how to become the architect of your own inner world, building it for resilience and clarity.
And to do that, we've got some really powerful, actionable tools. First, mindfulness, to keep you grounded in the here and now. Second, journaling, to help you process all those tangled thoughts and emotions. And third, continuous learning to keep that brain of yours sharp and engaged. These aren't just passive hobbies, right? Think of them as active workouts for your mind.
All right, here's another one that's so simple it's brilliant. Humming. Yep, just humming. It's like your own personal sound therapy. It can instantly reduce stress and bring on a sense of calm. The vibrations can even boost nitric oxide in your body, which is amazing for your sinuses. Who knew, right?
So, up to this point, we've been focused inward, on the body and the mind. Now it's time to expand our focus outward. This third pillar is all about connection and how we engage with the world around us, from the ground beneath our feet to the communities we live in.
We're going to look at 4 key ways to do this: connecting with nature through something called grounding, building really meaningful social ties, giving back to our communities, and even using travel as a tool for personal growth.
So, let's start with grounding, which some people also call earthing. The idea is incredibly simple. Just make direct physical contact with the earth. Think walking barefoot on grass or sand or even just dirt. The theory is that it might help reduce inflammation and bring on a feeling of calm by connecting you to the planet's natural energy. It's about as natural as it gets.
But connection isn't just about nature, of course. It's about people. And volunteering, wow, it is an absolute powerhouse for your well-being. When you contribute to something bigger than yourself, you get this incredible sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's a total win-win. It benefits you and your community.
And travel, too, is way more than just a vacation. Sure, it gets you moving physically, but the real magic happens in your mind. Putting yourself in new cultures, meeting new people, seeing new ideas in action. It's just a fantastic way to spark your curiosity and build up your adaptability.
So we've covered a lot, right? The body, the mind, our connection to the world. But here's the most important takeaway. This is not a rigid checklist you have to follow perfectly. Think of all these ideas as building blocks for creating your own totally unique wellness roadmap. And this final thought really brings it all home. Your path to well-being is deeply, deeply personal. What works for me might not work for you, and that's completely okay. The real key here is to stay curious, be patient with yourself, and just commit to your own journey of self-improvement.
And that brings us to the most important part of all of this. Because this isn't just about listening and learning, it's about doing. So as you think back on everything we just talked about, I want to leave you with one simple question to reflect on. What is the one small, totally manageable step you can take today to start building your path to a better you?